Here.
Mike Parsons.
Here.
Anthony Campbell.
Here.
Dan Milligan.
Here.
Justin Thompson.
Here.
Trevor Lawrence.
Here.
Leanna Kaufman. Here. 6-0, we have quorum.
Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
invocation. Casey? Yep, you want to do the prayer?
Lord, we thank you for this time that we've gathered together, God. Ask you to each of us wisdom, direction, God, in everything that we do. Amen.
Thank you. It's just enough. All right, so I need a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Pick one.
Mike Parsons.
Yes.
Anthony Campbell.
Yes.
Dan Milligan.
Yes.
Justin Thompson.
Yes.
Trevor Lawrence. Leanna Kaufman.
Yes.
That's 6-0.
So next we have ratified February minutes. Yeah, it'll be the 13th. It'll be the 7th. Yeah. Probably not, unless he gets them done by Friday. Then we'll have the meeting on the 13th. The election will be on the 7th. I'm sure the guys will cover that. They have 2 candidates. What were you running? Clerk, okay. So you have one for the county clerk. And then just Dan. So we'll have to see what write-in is.
I'll make a motion to ratify the word bill.
He seconded, Anthony seconded.
Mike Parsons.
Yes.
Anthony Campbell.
Yes.
Dan Ellis. Justin Thompson.
Yes.
Trevor Warren.
Yes.
Leanna Kaufman.
Yes.
Pass 6-0.
And we have minutes for February 2nd, 17th, and 26th. What's this? Choose the one where you got. 3 meetings and stuff, so.
So make a motion to approve the minutes for February 2nd, February 17th, and February 26th. To approve those minutes.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Abstain on February 2nd, yes on 17th and the 26th.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes on February 2nd. Abstain on 17th. And yes on February 26th.
Dan Elliott?
Abstain from February 26th, I was not here. Pardon? Yeah.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Trevor Long?
Yes on the 2nd, abstain from the 17th and 26th.
Ann Cochran?
Yes.
On February 2nd, passed with 5-1 with 1 abstention. On February 17th, 4-2 with 2 abstentions. And on February 26th, 4-2 with 2 abstentions. Okay. So the next we have the public hearing for the Dixon Cemetery annexation. Does anyone have any questions, comments, statements? Do you want to give a speech? No?
I really don't do public speaking, but we appreciate the city of Dixon and everybody else that has supported us along the way with this process, and we feel like this will be a lot better on our families and the community and help gain and maintain relationships with the city. And we appreciate everything that Nathan has done for us to, in December, I guess, when Mr. Rowden passed away, what was it, January, they made a nice pathway for the family to be safe before he could be buried. So we do appreciate everything, the snow removal. You guys went above and beyond.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we need to do anything else for the hearing? I don't think so. That was it. Just if anybody had comments or questions.
I did just want to say, because there's been a lot of people asking, this doesn't mean that we're maintaining the cemetery. There's been a lot of questions about that, so this doesn't mean that we're maintaining the cemetery.
I think the main thing was the damage reports, that it was, this will allow the Dixon PD to go do a damage report so that you can either charge someone for damage at the cemetery or insurance.
Right, well, I feel like it'd also be better, like if we need, if there is an officer available in Dixon at that time, that we can have
Someone
a
come in.
faster response. I know we can't be there 24/7 and security, 24/7 in the cemetery, but just a few weeks ago, we had another damaged stone at the beginning of the entranceway. I had to call county, which they did do a report, but it's just one of those things, it was just jurisdiction. But yes, we'll be maintaining the cemetery 100%, you guys don't have to do anything. There might be some things that we need assistance on, like roadway or like ditch line or something, but other than that, like we maintain it 100%. And we hope that we can still do that in the near future. It just as funds allow.
All right, thanks, Jess. All right, so I will need a motion for a first reading by title only.
2026.
Do you want to do the cemetery one first to get that out of the way, or do you want to go in order?
We can just go over.
Okay, then go ahead.
I make a motion for the first reading by title only, bill number 2026-0087.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Dan Milligan?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Trevor Long?
Yes.
Linda Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 6-0.
Okay. I'd like to thank Katie for giving me more than one word. An ordinance adopting and enacting a new code of ordinances of the City of Dixon. Wait, am I doing that one? Yeah, sorry. An ordinance adopting and enacting a new code of ordinances of the City of Dixon, County of Pulaski, State of Missouri, establishing the same, providing for the repeal of certain ordinances not included therein, except as herein expressly provided, providing for the manner of amending such code of ordinances, providing penalty for the violation thereof, and providing when this ordinance shall become effective. I think I got it all.
E-code provides this ordinance.
Okay.
What is it?
I can't take credit. So this is the ordinances from 2025. This is what puts this into our E-code 360.
Yeah,
So
so we have to pass an ordinance.
also
every
the
year.
state statutes that apply to our code book. So we do this every year.
We do it every year. It's a tongue twister. Okay, I need a motion for a second reading.
Make a motion for a second reading of Bill 2026-0087, title only.
Second. Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Dan Milligan?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Trevor Long?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman? Yes. Pass 6-0.
An ordinance adopting and enacting a new code of ordinances of the City of Dixon, County of Pulaski, State of Missouri, establishing the same, providing for the repeal of certain ordinances not included therein, except as herein expressly provided, providing for the manner of amending such code of ordinances, providing penalty for the violation thereof, and providing when this ordinance shall become effective. Need a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Dan Milligan?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Trevor Long?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 6-0.
Okay. The next ordinance is for the annexation for the Dixon Cemetery.
Make a motion for first reading of bill number 2026-0088.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Dan Milligan?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Trevor Long? Leon Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 6-0.
And my title only, yes. An ordinance annexing real estate into the corporate limits of the City of Dixon. Need a motion for a second reading.
So moved. Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Dan Milligan?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Trevor Long?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman? Yes. Pass 6-0.
An ordinance annexing real estate into the corporate limits of the City of Dixon. Need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve bill number 2026-0088. Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Dan Milligan?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Trevor Long?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman? Yes. Pass 6-0.
All right, so the next item on the agenda is the Dixon Ministerial Alliance, the Easter Palooza. Casey, is that you?
Yeah, the Ministerial Alliance is going to do a community event at the park on the Saturday before Easter, so I believe that's October 4th. And so they're going to have a couple of bouncy houses set up, some other activities. They're bringing a couple of porta potties also, just to accommodate the crowd, and then do an Easter egg hunt. It will encompass pretty much the entirety of the park for 2-3 hours that morning, starting at 9 a.m. It's been filed with the city. I also think there's been a certificate of insurance that has been similar also.
Yeah, I think that's all we asked for. Any questions, comments?
Do you know how many people?
That's what I tell, yeah.
Now, is it all the churches in town
Yeah,
that
it's all
participate?
churches, yeah. Ministerial Alliance, so, my guess would be 200-300.
And I did talk to the officer on Sunday evening. He was sitting right here
Okay.
about maybe having a cop or somebody up around that area. Just kind of watch traffic.
Yeah, that's what, parking is what I was thinking.
Yeah, I know people, we're going to block off the parking lot. so we can have people up there as they gather for a time, and then let them park around the park, all the way around.
Don't they park at the Baptist church?
They're probably some part of the Baptist church.
So they cross the road.
So just to kind of ask my president, one of, Matlock, Justin, his wife was at our meeting last Thursday at Assembly, and she was gonna talk to Dennis, maybe have a couple of firefighters or somebody out there too.
Okay.
Just to kind of have some extra safety for us out there if possible.
Yeah. Thanks, Ben. Yeah, did you have something else?
I do have a question for Nathan.
Okay.
When I get to the break, I need to. The breakers by the pavilion closest to the city there, there's one on a pole and there's one on the inside of the pavilion there. Do we know what the amperage is on the breakers?
I'd say it was 30.
Is the breakers inside that maintenance building?
More than likely, yeah.
What do you want to run?
We can,
Bounce houses.
2 bounce houses?
yeah, we can figure that out. That's right. So,
Yeah, just make sure you give them
up
a,
by the shop and we can figure it out.
Thank you.
yeah, if you want to block off there by the shop, put stuff there, that'd be okay.
We're actually putting them in between the basketball goal and the pavilion, somewhere right in there, in the 2 bounce houses. But we're gonna have a trailer set up by the pavilion closer to the road, just to have speak off of,
Yeah,
because I think there's gonna be some people give a message.
okay.
So,
All right, sounds good.
Good thing you guys are doing it.
Oh, yeah. It'll be fun. And then, there's the insurance on the back. So next we have Stacy. You got about 10 minutes for us?
Yeah,
You just have one thing here?
I'm just talking about the program.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for letting me talk. When I lost Dylan, I struggled and brought up some old history and pain and stuff. I decided how can I focus and channel it. So I came up with an addiction mental health program for Dixon specifically, and I decided that if I was just going to play with it, I might as well just go all hog in. So that's what I did. So I created a mission statement and a hometown where every person, regardless of their past, is met with compassion, accountability, and real-world support. We strive to build a future where healing is possible, hope is restored, and every individual has a chance to grow new roots. This program is not built on abstract or theory. It's built on lived experience, professional knowledge, and the realities of small town life. You have to excuse me, I'm not good at public speaking. I personally know the barriers people face: lack of transportation, lack of jobs, lack of entertainment, and lack of resources. I personally know the stigma that keeps people from asking for help. I know the heartbreak of watching the same people cycle through addiction, jail, relapse, and despair. Addiction in Dixon is not an abstract idea. It affects our families, our schools, our workplaces, our courtrooms, our first responders, our sense of safety, and our sense of community. We see the same names come across social media, police report, court dockets, ambulance calls, and the front pages of the local newspaper. We see parents losing their children, children losing their parents, and entire families losing hope. We see the same people fall over and over again, not because they don't want to change, but because they don't have the tools, the support, or the stability to make change last. Everyone likes to throw around praise. It begins at home. But here's the reality of that statement here in Dixon. A stable home, whether it's a traditional family, a grandparent raising kids, or patchwork of caregivers, creates a first classroom where children learn how to communicate, solve problems, manage emotions, and trust the world around them. When a home is safe, consistent, and resource supported, kids walk into school ready to learn. When a home is chaotic, unsafe, and resource limited. Children arrive already overwhelmed, hungry, or behind. The environment a child grows up in determines whether they have books to read, adults who can help with homework and transportation activities, or even a quiet place to sleep. And when families lack resources, food insecurity, mental health support, stable housing, or reliable income, the effects of this spill into classrooms, workplaces, and in the community. Homelessness in Dixon is not an abstract idea. It's shown in the faces of neighbors sleeping in cars along the river, sleeping near parks, sleeping on park benches, families settling in unsafe housing. In Dixon, there's no sober living or homeless assisted living spaces, and affordable low-income housing is sparse. This real-world impacts ripple through the whole community, increased strain on first responders, and higher recidivism. When people are released without support, without identified paperwork, without mental health help, and children struggling in school because their living situation changes weekly, and local businesses absorbing the effects of untreated mental health and addiction. Practical solutions have rooted dignity and realism, creating a small network of safe sleep spaces, places that provide showers, laundry facilities, partnering with churches for warming and cooling centers that allow the homeless and their pets, building a volunteer-run transportation loop for court dates and medical appointments. So I kept going down and breaking it all down and trying to do real-world applications. So I came up with a 12-week program and also to provide weekly support meetings. And it's structured with 12 weeks of addiction and coping skills. They're each going to have a binder like what I gave you. They're responsible for that binder. It teaches them accountability, personal recovery plans, life skill workshops, job readiness support, education pathways, housing and healthcare resources. This is treating the whole person, building a solid foundation of support, giving each individual the opportunity to do it for themselves, providing a hand up, not a handout. These are necessities for long-term recovery. I'm here because I know what it feels like to fight for your life. I'm here because I know what it feels like to lose someone you love. I'm here because Dylan deserves more, and so does every person in this community who is struggling. Healing Hometown Roots is not just a program, it's a promise that no one in Dixon has to walk their hardest days alone, a promise that recovery is possible, a promise that we can build a stronger, healthier, more compassionate community together. I'm just asking that you support this vision, because healing doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in hometowns like ours, and it starts with us.
Yes.
Good job. Thank you, Jason. No, she took 10 minutes.
Can I talk 2 or 3 minutes about it too?
Stacy.
About that?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Stacy, you got mine.
Hi, y'all. Tony Lazak. So many of you might not know, but I run Show Me Nonprofit, and we've been working with all the different coalitions. So we barely came to Dixon a little bit. But one of the coalitions we work for is, or we help do what they do, is the Pulaski County Homeless Coalition, right? So what we've done is from basically Buckhorn all the way around to right, barely getting into Dixon. Some stuff back in this corner of Dixon in the woods. And we were in the woods, and these people are all over. You don't even realize how many of them are there. And half of them are mostly on drugs, right? And they want to be out there in that drug lifestyle, or they're addicted to it. But the other half of them just found themselves here, or they moved. They didn't want to leave Dixon when they were out of their home, right? But we also do the senior citizens and the disabled people that are living in low income. And we've got a lot of homes that we come to in Dixon once a month. Well, I come once a month. They come every week. So with the drug addicted people, we only give them one meal, and we talk to them. We try to get them in our programs. That's where the coalition comes in, and that's what I would like to help in Dixon, all the way to Richland. So there's a big break in there where we have not identified any homeless, because in rural areas, the farmers will discover things and take care of business. So that's not where they're going to be. They're going to be on the edges of our states. Anything that's empty, we're discovering that they're in. And some of that coalition, the most important part of it is we link up with the sheriff's department. So I'm a minister, and I go in and minister in the sheriff's department program. So when we bring those people to jail because they're robbing our neighborhoods to get their drugs, we go in and minister them to find out what they need to be on their own 2 feet, to not be in our community that way, or to go back to the community where they came from. So we link them up with organizations from where they came from, or in our own. So about 7 to 10 people we put on their own feet and get jobs. We have programs in Marshfield, Springfield, whatever home they come in. So the key to the success of the whole business is not to welcome the world to come here and be homeless. So if you feed them every day, all the time, we're going to have homeless villages popping up for the drugs. They're going to come, hey, if we feed you, then you're going to rob, cheat, steal money to get your drugs because you don't need to buy food. So there's a lot of little intricate things. So we use the professional groups that already know how to do that. So when we identify a need, we coalition by going to get the people. I don't do it. I'm not saving their lives. I find the person that does it for a living. And then we get them in touch. Those programs are good. The programs that we have, the state programs are at 1/3 to 1/4 used in our county that we have that are either federal or state, because nobody knows how to get to them. They're so hard to get to. If you're hidden up in the I keep saying the Capitol, the county courthouse, then those people can't find you. So somebody has to go out to them, and that's what we do. So what she's saying, she has a recovery program that we would call on when we see the need. So steadying up and having a homeless coalition, we met with, what's your coalition?
DCA.
DCA's got a great beginning, and if we can get the experts just to show up, then we can inform them. And I think that's the way to go. We don't want the people that come for wrongful reasons to stay, but the people that can't help themselves, because it's not a will thing. They don't have the ability. When you show up, they don't have the ability to take care of themselves, mentally or physically. So we'll get them mental health. Whatever they need, we get them through one of the nonprofit programs. And if a government program exists, we link them up. And I think that when you're building this program, that's a good way to attack it. And so we can use all of the county resources, not just Dixon resources. So. Yeah, sure. That's what we're trying to do.
All right, so the next on the agenda, wastewater treatment plant phase 2. I think we wanted to talk a little bit about some of the grant money that we've received. We wanted to touch on that.
So for the community development block grant funding, we submitted the pre-application a few years ago. Now that it's being finalized, the Missouri Department of Economic Development agrees that it's a new project to merit a full application for us for the full $750,000. So we don't have that completely finalized and back yet, but that's going to help offset the amount of money for the phase 2. So we're still in the works to try to figure out how all that goes, but we're waiting on that funding. So that's kind
And
of.
then we have the 1.2. Is it 1.2? From ARPA that we received.
So the funding, because of the amount of money that the 60-40%, the CDBG, if we get the 750, the SRF funding, the grant goes to 2.667 million.
Okay. To do phase 2.
For phase 2.
There's also the scope of work. It depends on the scope of work.
Okay. So they may need to adjust their scope of work.
Maybe we'll adjust the scope of one of those down so it's funding.
Okay.
So that's the cracking part of that.
Okay. Well, they did have a scope of work of what, like almost $3 million
Yes.
Archer had for phase 2, and we kind of shaved some of that off, I think. We tried to anyway. Okay. That's all. We just wanted to touch on that, let you guys know where we were at with that.
Can I ask one question, Kelly? When did you say we started on that?
I'm sorry.
When did you say we started on that?
They
The
just
block
said They just said a few years ago is when they submitted the pre-application.
Okay, I just wanted a few years ago part to be made.
Right.
Okay, that's all I wanted, is so the people understand. Just because there's a grant out
Yeah,
there. doesn't
they didn't just
mean it's
hand us
overnight.
this money.
Correct.
It takes sometimes years to get what we need.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
The City Hall building next steps, they started on the floor on Thursday.
It looks good.
Does it look good? I haven't seen it yet, I'm gonna go Friday and check it out.
It looks good.
Does he have, when, did he tell you when he might be done, or is he still?
So the estimate is gonna be Wednesday, but it's the seal that's gonna take the longest to get in. But they're saying a couple of days will be added for that.
Okay.
So, originally, he said by Friday, they're looking at the floors will be done for sure, probably by Wednesday, but the seal will be Friday.
When did it start, Monday?
He started Thursday.
Last
Monday.
Last Thursday.
Did he see any water?
No.
Over the weekend when it rained.
There's no water present.
No water coming.
Good.
Yeah.
He did say that there was something that he had never seen, and there was another extremely experienced concrete guy there that had never seen, but it was almost like hairs come up out of the concrete. So I would imagine that's when we opened that up, and all the rain that we got, it came up through, but it was like, he said I've never seen anything like it. He said it was almost like hairs. It's good. In a certain spot, so. Because I asked him, and then the other guy's done it for, I don't know how many years, and he's like, I've never seen anything like it either, so I don't know what it's from or what it is, but.
So, there was a question about the seal. Did we decide what, Nate? Of the seal? Was that gonna go on the front door, or are we gonna put that right inside the
So
slider
the original
door?
location was right inside the walkway there.
But we thought it'd be covered up the whole time.
There'll be a rug there,
Yeah,
so we're gonna put it right on the other side of the slide, the second side of the glass,
into the main room.
into the main.
Okay.
Or we can put it in the center of the room, I mean, it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it could go in the center, but you want it in the center?
I think so.
No,
I don't care.
it'd
We
be
need to
covered by
decide
chairs.
now.
The bad thing is we're gonna get lots of traffic right to that front door, so it
Yeah.
is gonna get it's just gonna get etched up pretty good, so.
Get more.
Yes. So.
The problem is though, if it's in the middle of the room, you'll never see it because it's covered by chairs. Because of the counter, the people coming
The chairs
in.
will be sitting on it. And they might scratch it up too, though.
Unless you put it right in front of the podium.
Yeah, we can put it right in front of the podium.
Well, we have to move the podium.
It's 3 foot by 3 foot, so it's a 3 foot diameter, so,
Okay.
it's not gonna be massive.
Yeah.
It's not huge.
Let's put it right in front of the door.
In front of where you come into the main room?
Yeah, the second.
The second set of doors. Okay.
So I'm supposed to go meet with Josh to get the exact location, so right on.
Yeah, the second set, like going into the main room,
Yeah.
put it right there.
Okay.
Okay.
It is looking good. Better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, really? Oh,
The
good.
aggregate and everything is really good.
I was worried about it, so. Okay. Do we have anything else about the city hall? Nate, do you have anything else about the city hall? No, that was it?
The podium for you guys, I don't know.
Okay.
That.
When they put the podium back, it's gonna be all one level, because,
Thank you.
yes.
You
Davey
remember
appreciates
why
that.
it had to be done, right?
It was because of the judge, wasn't it?
Which wasn't a rule, it was a suggestion, and he needed it.
He demanded that it be that way, and I'm like, okay, but we kinda can't have it that way now,
Yeah.
so, it's gonna be it'll be all one level.
And entry on both sides, right?
Yes,
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
yes. So I think, we have 2 carpenters that are gonna,
I'm excited to be going on it.
oh, are
I
you?
like framing, so that's just my deal.
Okay.
Yeah, I think definitely will.
Oh, yeah, assistance
They were
offer.
not kissing each other, they were so close.
That was the plan.
Yeah, that was the number 1 suggestion,
You know, like.
to get a little more room.
It's gonna look.
Okay, So the next we have studying the budget workshop. Kelly? When did you want to wait until we get into the new building in April? Okay, so the meeting in April will be on the 13th. Do you want to do it after the meeting or before the meeting? I mean, we got election on the 7th. So should we do it like the 15th, 16th? So we can get started on it?
Not the 16th.
Not the 16th? Okay. Oh, yeah, well, that's your third Thursday, isn't it?
Tuesday.
We can do it on Tuesday?
Do it on a Tuesday, because I was carrying.
Mondays and Fridays are out for me.
Mondays and Fridays, yeah, no, we won't do it on Fridays.
Let's do the 14th.
Should we do the 14th?
That'll work.
Okay.
That's up to you, that's up to Kelly.
Well, yeah, Kelly's got the majority of the work to do with that, so, yeah. Will that work?
2 days in a row. I
You want to move it to the 20th,
don't
the Monday?
You're gonna have the council, so I'm not gonna actually.
I won't be there today.
Oh, that's right, Dan can't be here.
That's up to you guys.
We can wait and do it on the 13th, set it on the 13th. Okay. We'll set it on the 13th, Justin.
I got chamber for you. So 14th?
No, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till the 13th to set the date.
Decide.
Because then you'll know more about next month, what you guys have, so we'll just wait. Because that was kind of the question, do we want to do it in March and do it here, or do we want to wait?
If you can't do it that day.
Okay, so next we have some candidates that would like to speak. Since you've already talked, we're going to let Justin go first.
I got a lot of questions here.
Oh, no.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dustin Robertson. I'm running for the Pulaski County Clerk seat in this year's election. The current clerk is Dave Ernst, and he's decided to retire, so throw my hat in the ring. Just getting out and about, trying to make sure that I'm known in the community and available for everybody if they have any questions for me. So it's nice to meet you all, and I'm here to have any questions. So
I got a question for you.
Yep.
What do you do right now? You're an administrator now, right? What do you do?
I'm a clerk for the Director of Public Works on Fort Leonard Road.
Pretty much the same job, but
Yeah, a little different, but
Same job. Doing a budget, regulating staff,
yes.
setting meetings, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
And then, of course, the clerk will oversee all the elections as well, but
Yeah. That's a learning process.
yeah.
Just a reminder, Dixon's one of the bigger precincts, you know.
Yes.
Coming from a former election judge. Where are you working now?
I work for the Director of Public Works on Fort Leonard Road.
Okay, so what?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No.
I don't, I guess you work at 11,400, because.
Yeah.
Okay, I work in operations.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of employees.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot of people, I mean, if they're.
Yeah, I see the same three people every day, I think, so.
Right?
Does anyone else have any other questions?
Any other questions? No? No? All right, well, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
You got 5 minutes, Tony. I'm trying to give you time. I know.
I got handed these questions. My name is Tony Lazak, so I'm trying to take on Mayhew's place, right? And he's terming out and running for Senate, so if you want to get behind him, I'm all for it. But, so I got 3 questions here. So I'm a candidate, right? But I'm up in the House learning right now. I've been up there a year and a half. And what I do is I go to the committees, and right now I got handed a sheet of 3 questions. So provisions of state supplement to the school for hiring a nurse and mental health professional. I have not read any of these bills, but I will. I'm going up there tomorrow and the next day. I'll go get into these committees and the rest of it. So my email is tonylazaks@gmail.com. Whoever asks these questions, email me what your concerns are. I'll bring it to the table. I'll get with Bill and Don and the 5 legislators around us, and then I'll go get into these committees. So if they're already in the 3rd committee, I can still make changes because we're middle of March right now, but probably in the 2nd or 3rd committee. Or if they're only in the 2nd committee, I could influence these. But my wife was a school nurse, and I was a police detective, like in 3 different locations. And I was a juvenile diversionary manager. So I had to work with the nurses and the health professionals when we had trouble. juveniles. And this blows my mind. I didn't know you didn't have a nurse here. That just blows my mind. So this is in my wheelhouse. I'll check it out and get. And the second one, it says requires the Department of Mental Health to apply federal grants and implement state law. So this word requires is what I'm going to have to take a look at. It probably says shall or must or something of that nature. But if it doesn't say a word as strong as required, then that's something I have to first attack and see. But these things are all done by divisional leaders, right? So the Department of Mental Health, that divisional leader gets to make the SOP changes upon, as soon as they get in place, they get to make the changes, they get to prioritize what they are. So obviously they haven't been prioritizing this. So I'll go figure out both ends. I'll grab the SOPs, I'll grab the divisional leaders, what they call their, it's an action statement that says what's the most important, what's least. And I'll go read that and then see if I can get into this committee. The third one is establish provisions for relating to mental health of evals for arrest. Did you put that?
No.
Okay, so being a police detective, I was responsible for referring who had the mental health and didn't. And working in the prison systems, I was in charge of analyzing like 12 different prisons and had to determine who got their mental health. So this is my wheelhouse case. So I'll look them up. If I can get in the committee this week, I will. If my calendar's open and it's outside this week, I'll go up there and get in the committee and give you feedback. But what I need is whoever asks the 3 questions, email me and tell me what your concerns are. Maybe you agree or disagree, but let me know and I'll offer that in committee.
What was the last question?
The last question, it's HB 1617, establishes provision relating to mental health evals upon arrest. So I don't know what that means exactly. I'll have to read the bill.
Yeah.
So I'll start with Bill and Don because they probably already have taken interest, and if they haven't, I'll school them and get them to go to committee with me. They'll go with me.
Yeah.
They love it.
Now, do you have experience in the House or in the Senate or in the local or?
Here's my experience. I've always been behind the scenes. Pretty much every candidate over the last 15, 20 years, I've run their initial campaign. So I have 2 requirements. If you build a prayer group, I'll come, and if you can show me that you're a constitutional Republican, and you know I have a way of determining that, then I'll support you. Then I go up and I argue their bills. And when they're struggling, like, hey, this is going to hurt Pulaski County, and then if I agree with them, I say I'll argue these 5 things for you. If I disagree, I say I won't argue this, and I go up. And I've been doing it for years and years, and I'm very good at it. They know me up there. I know almost all the legislators. And so when I come and sit down, I'm like, oh no, they take out I get changes done, it works. But it has to come from you guys. It's just me. So if I say, this guy's an example, that guy's an example, I went to this meeting, you know, and this is the question, what's the deal? No listen. But I come with solutions. So I'm pretty good at it. And that's been my practice to take Don's place. 5 years ago, he said, you know you're taking my place. I said, I know. And then 2 years ago, I said, okay, dude, I sat down with my wife, and she's like, you're 75% on board. And then a year ago, she said, let's do it. So that's why I'm running. And, you know, if you come out with the correctness, I got 3 minutes to take more reasons why I'm running. But I'll be out here. I've been sitting out all around, and I go door to door, so you'll have plenty of chances to talk to me.
Okay.
Thank you for all that time. Hey, politician talks, that's me. Thank you for having me. I appreciate y'all. Oh, I have 3 things that I won. I used 2, I won 5. But these are a 1-year subscription to the Dixon Pilot that's mailed to your house. Anybody want? I got 3. First rating, Dixon Pilot. Nobody? You don't want mailed to your house?
You can donate.
This is $1,200. All right, I got one more left. Anybody?
You can donate it to our auction.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. There you go. Yeah, it's a lot of money. So I subscribe because I want, and my name is Rich. Thank you, Becky. I'm silly, so you guys don't know.
No, you're good.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, city clerk update. Want to follow that?
I'll try. I'll do my best. The spring cleanup is going to be April 10th through the 14th. Street side pickup will be April 15th and 16th. All items must be in bags or boxes and set out by the 14th to ensure pickup. The last day to register to vote is Wednesday, March 11th. The general municipal election for Dixon is April 7th. We plan to be moved back into City Hall following the completion of the floor renovations. We're hoping by March 31st. The NML elected officials training is being held in Columbia, June 11th and 12th. And the 92nd annual conference is in Osage Beach, September 13th through the 16th. if anybody's interested in any of those, we can come by and talk to me or call me. You can go to mocities.com on the website and check those out. We inquired with G-Works about our upgrade and our switch to the cloud-based software that was supposed to take place in December. We haven't heard from them, so we're now being told it will start in early August, and it'll take 8 weeks from start to finish, so they're anticipating us being live in the cloud October 2026.
Year
So a little
end.
ways off last December.
Glad they're starting at their year end.
I did call Gas and Save and talk to them. They think that the problem is potential firewall. Shannon came back today. She's been on vacation. Shannon's our IT person. So I didn't bombard her with that today.
Yeah, we're gonna go with her and then.
We think she probably needs to figure out our side before we would.
Are we gonna try to keep the phone system, or I know we talked about looking at a different phone system?
Well, Gas and Sage thought potentially our problem is on our side, not the phone. So, not that we wouldn't look at new phones, but we wouldn't want to get new phones and then just have the same problem.
Right.
So Shannon needs to look into our firewall. So,
Is that P phones?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, are they IP phones is what they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all IT phones.
And the problem is both of us are struggling, like, we don't know they're down. And if we didn't have a cell phone, like, there's calls were missing and everything else, because you can't get through to dispatch because our phone is down. And I talked to the bank today, and they said the same thing. So I don't know if we have the same system as them or what, but they're like, yeah, our phones are down sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. So, I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna start with Shannon, have her look at it, and then see what we can do. I mean, I like the fact with the local, because when you call them, they show up.
Yeah, they're very.
They just come and check it, and there's no waiting on the phone, no putting on hold, and, you know, they've been very good with the internet, because I know every time you guys call them with an issue, they're there. Yeah, 3 or 4 or 5 of them sometimes, so.
I have talked with GFI Digital and Gas and Save about systems. I think that there are good options for phones, but if it's on our side, we've got to get that rectified
Before we change, yeah.
So hopefully Shannon can get, I know our firewall and then a lot of server issues too, so it's a pretty big animal, so once she can get.
Which we're separate though, right? Between the people in City Hall, is it the same firewall as the problem, or?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know if you guys are down, we're down. And I know that I don't have the same issue, ever. But I
Are you on a G-Tech phone?
No,
No.
I have the same phone
That's the
system,
same?
but I never have an issue, ever.
That is weird.
So,
We'll
Because
have
I thought we had a separate firewall, because.
I did mention it to Shannon today with her first day back.
Should have a different.
She'll have it fixed in 30 minutes when she gets it.
Oh, yeah, she probably already knows what's wrong with it.
It'll be fixed.
Okay.
Kelly, are those classes are the same thing that Lillian and I went to up in Columbia?
For
Is it still the same information, or is it new stuff, or is it still the same information?
I'm not sure, I just got a postcard, so I put it on here.
she put the website on there, you can put.
Okay, yeah, I checked it from the.
Yeah, because sometimes they talk about bills that are getting introduced and changes they want to make with municipal codes, and so just get on there and look, you know, if it's something you're interested in. And then we had a question about rates. Mike's got a question about rates.
We talked, right, that our base rate for our water is 100 gallons.
Yes.
The surrounding areas are pretty much at 1,000 gallons.
Correct.
I put it to the board that I think we ought to raise our rates to make our people equal to the rest of the people in the area, and make our base rate on our water 1,000 gallons.
Well, it's
Like
not,
everybody else.
it's not even just the area, it's everyone is at 1,000 gallons.
The only thing I see really about that is, as right now, the people who use the most water would pay more. And so that would help keep our base rates lower long term. Think about it. So I don't pay much attention. I leave the water running, I brush my teeth, I water my lawn, I just, whatever. And so I'm gonna pay more because I pay those extra gallons.
Speaking from a citizen point of view,
Yeah, because that way, if you want to save the money, because that's, I mean, all the time, having to put 1,000 gallons, we can't just give it away for free. We can't just say, okay, now you get 1,000 gallons for the same base rate. So, that's, I mean, kind of like the fair tax. If you don't want to spend the money, you don't have to.
I have a question too. So if you raise the rates and you generate more funds, what are you going to use the funds for? Are they needed right now?
The bonds and water.
Pay the bond off?
So our rates aren't, so our rates are due to the upgrade of the wastewater treatment facility and then operations and all of that. So we actually have an ordinance in place that raises them 5% every year, and that's been since 2019.
Yeah.
But you're fixing the wall.
Yeah, it's used for water. Yeah, what Mike's wanting to do is instead of us charging everybody for the first 100 gallons, we'll charge for the first 1,000 gallons, is what he's wanting to charge.
Well, my biggest reasoning is because it looks like we're way out of proportion. Now, if we're not, if our people aren't spending more money a month for water than the surrounding area, then I'm fine with leaving it as it is.
But it doesn't matter. If Crocker can make it work, charging $12, and we can't. We charge what we have to charge to keep it operational. It doesn't matter what Waynesville, St. Robert, or else charges with. It's, I mean, you have to do that with business. It doesn't matter if Anthony can do it $100 cheaper than I can. If I have to charge this, I have to charge it. That's just what it has to be. I mean, I'm not saying that, I don't care to look into it, but I will say.
Well, yeah, at least let's
raise the base rate. It's not going to save anybody any money. Because if we're going to give 1,000 gallons of water with that base rate, then we have to charge more for it.
Can we do some numbers?
I think the base rate's going to end up going up, and the usage rate is going to be non-existent. How many people go over 1,000 gallons?
I go over 1,000 gallons almost every month. I would single man.
You're going to have to, okay, so if right now, say we bring in $100 a month for our water, like, let's just say it's $100 for everybody, that's everybody's water bill, all that together. If we're changing stuff around, we're giving 1,000 gallons a month. If everybody still uses the same water, which they will, then maybe it's a little bit more, or whatever. We still have to make the $100. It doesn't matter if we give them 1,000 gallons, or we could say they get 18,000 gallons. We got to pay for the water, something like that. So we have how many guys in each crew? We have, how many miles of water lines that have to be maintained. I mean, I kind of see what you're saying. The idea is you get 1,000 gallons, but you can't charge that same amount for really. Our lady have to work, our regular have to work.
Okay. It's something, it probably should at least be looked into.
That's fine, yeah.
Because,
see what the rate has.
And I definitely get your argument that, you gotta charge what you gotta charge. But do we gotta charge that much? Or maybe we overcharge? That's what I guess that's what I'm saying we need to look into.
We have looked into that. We are charging very minimal that we can.
If we were overcharging, then I have a feeling that there'd be new water lines on 3rd Street, because that's what we talked about. We did 6th Street project. What's the worst water lines in town? There's a leak on 2nd Street, I know there is, it was there in the 90s when they dug it out and replaced a section of it, and they couldn't find a good enough spot to hook back onto it, so it's still leaking.
The worst water lines over by the middle school, maybe, I don't know what the worst one was.
Galvanized over on Locust Street.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the money goes right back into the department.
I get that. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't out of proportion, is mostly what I want. And if we're staying within, it's fine. And we're just proportioned differently than the other cities are. They're getting a larger up front amount, but they're charging more.
What's our base? Did you?
We'd have to look, we'd have to do it.
We'll have to look some more, yeah. It's in the beginning stages of looking, It was a curiosity. But one that needs to be, at least make sure that we're in the ball.
We can look into it.
Yes, yeah.
Have Avery and Kelly work some numbers, and Lily, and bring some numbers. and see. I mean, it might be a whole lot, it might not be a whole lot, I don't know. We just have to look at it.
Yeah, I'd like to, from the ocean road, just to know, what my difference in my water will be.
Yeah.
How many candidates do we have, Kelly? How many candidates do we have? Candidates elect for this election, how many do we have?
One. Well, we have Dan in Ward 2 who's running unopposed, and we have open seats in Ward 1, which is Mike's, and open seat in Ward 3, which is Trevor's.
We put that out there again tomorrow, this is the last minute push online everywhere we can. We gotta get someone to fill these seats.
Yeah, because probably what'll happen is we'll have write-ins, and then we'll have to see where Dave goes
But most of them.
with the write-ins. No, not necessarily. We do have somebody sitting at the table who was a write-in.
Look what you got the last time you had so many write-ins.
We've got two.
I'm proud of my vote, thank you.
We've got two. So,
All I know,
I mean, it happens.
just forget how to spell my name this time.
I can't promise it.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be promising.
Thank you.
All right, anything else for Kelly? When we're asking questions. All right, library update, Lacey.
Sorry. Stacy wants to know what ward she's in, I believe it's Ward 1. Mike Parsons, is that, you
Yes.
guys are named in your ward?
You're these two.
I don't know my ward very well. I know what ward I'm in.
Listen.
Anyway, the VFW Ladies Auxiliary came out to teach about President's Day this past month. We've really been enjoying their programs. They've been coming each month. The next one is March 18th at 11 a.m. and this time they're going to be teaching about service animals. And there's going to be a couple there, so that's fun. I did receive word that our library is one of the recipients of the American Library Association Rural Library Grant, again for $10,000. I can share the official announcement press release as soon as ALA sends it my way.
Do you already have a plan for what you'd like to spend that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
it's always a
sure,
plan.
I'm sure you did, that's why I asked.
It's always a plan. Always. Lizzie and I are going to be hosting the Easter Bunny on Tuesday, March 24th, from 5 to 6:30. Lizzie's mom Lizzie's my assistant librarian, by the way, for anybody in this room that does not know that. I guess I should probably say that to a lot of people here that aren't normally here. Her mom owns the old Bluegrass Campground, and they have quite a menagerie of animals out there, and she's bringing them to town for the Easter Bunny photos, so that's going to be fun.
Can I get in that photo?
You can come out for an Easter Bunny photo.
Okay.
Daniel, you can come right up. She's going to have some baby goats and some baby lambs and some bunnies. She's got quite a few this time that can come, so we're really excited about that. I've also been elected the president of the chamber for 2026. I sent an email to all the department heads as well as the entire council to announce that. I don't know who got that yet. But I did want to put the word out that we are in the beginning phases of Caddy's preparation. I did already meet with Chief Wilfong about Caddy's logistics. I do plan to make it an agenda item at most of the department head meetings moving forward, just to touch base on where everything is at. I'll especially be close with Nathan and Chief Wilfong moving forward on those things. Do what?
She said change your number.
Anyway, everyone is invited to come to our chamber meetings. We have them the third Monday of each month, as long as it's not a holiday, of course, then we will move that. You can stay up to date on our Facebook page, Dixon Area Chamber of Commerce. And we do look forward, we have a new chamber board, and we do look forward to a great year. And we hope that we have nice open lines of communication all year with the city. Leona is on the board with me as well. She's she's my vice president. And then Ray is our secretary as well, so, yeah. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any special requests, I know we have all the feedback from last year. We do intend on leaving business fronts open this year. We have a lot. I did address all the concerns from last year in the email that you guys all received. Lots of things. So if you guys have anything else beyond those though, just email me, call me, whatever, you know where to find me. So holler if anyone has anything, so.
All right, sounds good, congratulations. All right, Chief?
Okay, so we're waiting on a check from the bank. We went by and talked to them today for the cars. As soon as we get that check, we send that to them, and then it's 120 days from the time they basically get the money, just to make sure that we're serious. So we're still on track with the purchasing of the new cars. I'm guessing probably tomorrow they'll have a check ready for us, or he's supposed to give us a call. I can't remember the lady's name. What's the lady's name? Tina? Yeah, she's out till Thursday, so Jeremy's working on it, and he's behind the curve on it, so it's kind of, it's taking a minute, but he said he'll get a hold of her no matter what. With that, so a couple things that I wanted to bring up to council that we're going to have to look at, and I'll be working with Katie on this as well. We're going to have to do something about the dogs situation in town. We write ticket after ticket after ticket after ticket, and they literally just don't seem to care. We don't have a pound, we don't have any under control, we've got dog bites, we've aggressive dogs running around, and they just let them out, so.
Yeah, there's a real mean one over there.
There's, and if it's the house I'm thinking of, I've literally written her probably 12 tickets. And they just, she's like, okay.
Go in with the cane?
Yep, so, there's gonna have to be something, stiffer penalties, something done, because there's no repercussions. I mean, I don't know what the fine is, and I don't know previously what people have been
Since
charged.
we don't have the dog pound anymore, we probably need to look at.
Something, we gotta figure out something for the animal control, because it is, I mean, it takes up a lot of our day, literally, when we're going to chase dogs. We had a situation over at the caring center today where a rabid dog, I say rabid, a vicious dog, was having people hemmed up and at the caring center and everything. And, I mean, we can write the ticket, but then the dog is still out, you know, whatever. Some of the dogs, they can't be handled, like the in particular over on Oak Street. She's elderly. She has, I think, 4 or 5 dogs. 3 of them are always out every time. And we write her 3 dog at large tickets every single time I see the dogs off her property. So,
Do we get money for that?
What's that?
Do they pay?
I haven't got a warrant for her yet. So I'm assuming she's doing something. But I don't know what the solution is with us not, because there
Increase
isn't
the fine or what, I don't know.
there isn't a county animal control. Even, I mean, I had a dog bite that would have been in the fall with a young kid, and had to go to the hospital. And, you know, showed up. It was a whole ordeal, but there was literally a dog at large ticket. I mean, that's all I can do, because and I can't take the dogs, and we don't have any place to keep it. I mean, so I'm at a loss on that. So we're gonna have to get creative and figure out either a stiffer penalty.
So is it legal to hold the homeowner liable? Should be a landlord in that instance, so that the landlord can hold the renter liable?
Well, and
for getting rid of the dog?
maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna have to read. I've looked at neglect and tried to get something creative legally, rather than just dog at large, a municipal code. Like I'm at a loss on it. I don't know what to do, and it really is an issue. Yes.
I have a suggestion, I'm sorry.
Go for it.
The city of St. Robert, what we do is, we have a contract with the Waynesville Animal Shelter. I know that they're kind of like, you know, smaller division too, but maybe you can get a contract with Crocker, their animal shelter. But if somebody gets bit, and if that dog does we quarantine that dog for 10 days.
And it's written in our ordinance to do that
Yeah.
because we had a pound, but now we don't have a pound.
Yeah.
And I called,
I know what our ordinance says here, I was just trying to help.
I called Crocker, because I knew they had that loving paws or whatever that is,
Yeah.
and they don't accept animals.
Yeah.
I had a guy that had like 5 dogs in the back of a U-Haul in cages. It was a horrible situation, and neglect.
Right.
Like, I mean, there's literally nothing I can do with the dogs.
We run into the same thing at St. Robert all the time. If they don't have no room, well, the owner will quarantine the dog for 10 days at their house. But I was a witness to the assistant chief riding a guy taking across the street from Baden's the other day when I was at the cemetery doing work, and that guy chewed the assistant chief up and down,
So
cussed
that-
him out in front of all of us, all the
Yeah, so
employees.
that's his 4th ticket in
And
the
I was
last 2
like,
weeks.
dude, like, you know, just obey the rules, because our neighbors down here on Lane and Aspen,
Mhm.
their dogs run every day. You go down there right now, they're running that large along with their stupid cats.
Well,
They're
and
in
the cat-
everything. I can't have a garden because the cats are always in my garden.
I was gonna say the cats
It's
are a whole,
ridiculous.
the cats are a whole other issue because
Yes, I know.
they don't run home.
Yes.
Dogs at least will run home.
Right.
Cats, they just scatter. You can't ever figure out.
It's like they breathe and they just stay there in that one spot, and it's like, oh my gosh, and they dig up flowers and everything, but that's besides the point. But yeah,
But I do know that another application, I think, on down there. The only thing I asked is the officers not taking past strictly like the dog around.
We won't do that.
Because that just happens.
Yeah,
I've 3 stray dogs in my house.
I'm not gonna pick the dog up because I'm blind. Unless I have a plan.
put boundaries to dog pound out there.
There was an eyewitness to the Dixon City officer brought 3 dogs out there and dogs.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
The,
We had an eyewitness that kept bringing on, I don't know, we were
Oh.
down Turkey, up past our house and And that happens because we used to raise dogs, so they know I have a kennel. I don't need any more dogs, I'm getting old. I don't want to take care of them.
So that's something to look at. The abatement, it's that time.
Yes.
Grass is starting to grow. We've already got trash, spring cleaning stuff. People's got trash thrown out everywhere. I have to get something in the ordinance in order to be able to prosecute, to be able to cite tickets. Because there's a conflict in the ordinance right now, so there's nothing clarity. And I'll get with Katie on that and we'll talk about it and get that all figured out. But I was just letting you guys know that we can write abatements all day long. In order to cite tickets, we have to do the 7-day that we were talking about. And as far as I know, the council was okay with 7 days.
For grass, yes.
Okay, and then with that being said, City Watch is going good. We had Sheriff's Department show up last month, and they brought when they come out, and they brought their dog. We had a dog bite demonstration. We brought the narcotics laser out to demonstrate that and how that works. It's a really cool investment for the county. So it's moving forward. There's not a whole lot of participation. I can't stress enough, especially this next month, March 19th, we're planning on having our City Watch. With that being said, it's coming into summer months. We're gonna have more walkers, more people that's looking, because it's warmer at night. Right. So I'm planning on, what I'm gonna end up doing is the agenda is gonna be lighting, cameras, that sort of stuff. If there's any way, and I don't know if this is on council or on Gasca Stage, but the more street lights, LED bright street lights that we can get in town, the less walkers we're going to have because we're gonna be reviewing.
Well, and I think
It is a city.
we have to pay for the street lights,
Yeah, we have to
right?
pay for the one out in front of the library now.
Yes.
Because I asked for.
So if you see someplace that's like super dark,
Well, right in
and
front
there's
of
a pole,
right in front of the Baptist church, that strip of road, right, number one, the street crossing housing, we've had a little bit hit there in the past.
Yeah.
And that's a little area that they
Are there lights there that just burn out?
No, not basically,
So you're not, I know it's another task, but you're not officer, when he's driving at night, if he sees any streetlights out, I mean, make a note. I mean, they do have a tag on the pole. This is what I've always been told. There's a tag on the pole, get the number, turn it into Gasco Sage, we'll get it fixed.
That particular,
I go home, that's it.
that particular stretch of road right there, I don't think there is any, and we have a crosswalk there.
Yeah, we definitely.
We want to
Are you
add.
talking about on C Highway by the library?
Yes.
Yes, it is so dark.
I know, dark.
It is dark.
And you got the park right there, and people do walk at night, because I run like super early in the morning, or late, I run weird hours and
Yeah.
road
Well,
and everything else.
that should be easy enough to
We see
get.
that get a light.
That'd be easy enough to turn out a work order for them to put a new light.
Get it light up, yeah. Yeah, because we do, I think we have to pay for we have a
Pay for
special,
that.
it's in our contract.
Call them tomorrow, or
Yeah.
in the next couple of days, call them. see if they can-
Yeah, it's where the walk's at, where the crosswalk's
Yeah,
at.
not by the park. Anywhere around the park if they want to put lights.
I mean, lines up.
Honestly, like park up, that way it's really easier for me and we report.
We got a list of LEDs that needed to be, any lights that were out or needed to be replaced, and we compiled a list
Put it up
and we
there.
sent them to Gasco Sage.
This one, I don't think there's ever been a light there. It's there at the Baptist church with the crosswalk. I think it needs one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if the church was to shut up their light, like on their building, it would be completely dark.
It would be.
And with the park being there, and we do have people that go to the park at night, some are exercising, some's being fine, and then others are, who knows what they're up to.
Yeah.
If we could light up parking lot, crosswalk, like just get some lights up through there, that way it just kind of reveals what's going on through there, that's gonna help a bunch. But with that being said also, and this would be part of the city watch program I'm going to go into anyway, we need vigilance. There's a misconception that there's no cops at night. That is not the fact. When they call, they're transferred to county. County dispatches us out. So they're like, well, there's no cops answered this and that, yada, 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 or county's not coming, or whatever the case. Well, they call me all the time, so I'm here. So when they call, I go out and deal with the call. So there has to be more of a community vigilance. Like if you see something suspicious, if it looks weird, if you see somebody breaking the law, whatever the case, call the police. Not wait 3 days and then we're on a cold case trying to figure out who it was, where it was, whatever the case is. And I don't know why that is what it is in this town, but it is. Whether it's a theft or a burglary or whatever, they'll wait days before somebody's like, oh yeah, I should probably tell the cops. You know what I'm saying? So I have to get that in the community, and the only way I know to do that, I am going to start working with the newspaper board, but the city watch, and I tell them every single time, if there's anything suspicious, if you see anything, call us, let us know.
I think just keep telling people. Just keep repeating
Over
it.
and over. So the more I can get that out there, the better. Like, we have to have vigilance. If you see something weird, call us, whether it seems like an annoyance or whatever the case is, just let us know.
It's a long time.
That's exactly my point. So, but other than that, everything's going good. I've given you the numbers for this last month. We just made a pretty significant narcotics stop and arrest over the weekend. I'm excited about that. It was a local person, but it was not like a dealing. Well, he's charged with dealing because it was in several bags.
It's a repeat offender.
But, right, and so we're still handling the narcotics, and now it's time to move on to the repercussions of the narcotics, which is the theft and violence and stuff like that. So if we can be proactive and have lighting and have vigilance, and people know that you can't mess around with Dixon anymore, then it's going to calm a lot of that down. So that's really what we're pushing for.
Can I do that meeting on Thursdays, because it's very informational, and you guys just need to come and check it out, because it's not like you're ratting on people. People have the impression that if you go to that meeting, you're ratting on people. It's nothing like that. It's an informational meeting to where you're gonna learn stuff about your community and about what he does.
I don't seek, I'll take information all day, but I don't seek out information. It's not like I'm luring people in to get information out of them. I just want them to know, like, this is what we do, this is how we're doing it. I'm extremely transparent. The reason why the narcotic sales have gone down in this town is because I am open about it. Like, broad daylight, take pictures of them in front of their house, stuff. Yes, ma'am.
When's your next
It'd be the 19th.
19th of March, 6 o'clock?
Yes, 6 o'clock.
At the PD.
That's the third Thursday is what we're doing now, so we're not competing. But yeah, the third Thursday.
We compete with Justin.
Do I have to make one yet? School board meeting?
It's a school meeting. That's okay.
We'll just have it there. But that's it for me.
Okay. Thanks, Gene. Yeah.
I ran into an issue, I went to the and was asking if we're ever gonna plan to open the bathrooms at the park to have them. Because people, it's getting nice out where people with their kids and
And we have that.
She was complaining that she had to go all the way to MPC for kids to use the bathroom.
That's because every time we work on the bathroom, we spend the money in the bathrooms, they destroy it.
Right. But I was just gonna ask if we ever have plans on, we're gonna try.
We do have, are those sinks down there? Did you want to try to tackle that?
Sink where?
At Elm Street?
The water fountain?
No. The sinks that we looked at with the toilets that we got from the old jail?
Oh.
I don't even know if they're functional. They were a sink toilet combo that came out of the old jail.
Well,
Yes. Yeah, they're a toilet slash
Okay,
sink.
so, I mean, I worked on them at the old jail all the time, so it's just an unexposed flush hardware that's in a pipe chase behind it. So you'll have to put the walls on them. You have a regular flush hardware. The reason I've seen high pressure is they have that 5-gallon flush diagrams in, because they will flush on them like this, like 4 of them. But all that's controlled with little vacuum lines, and those control boxes are probably getting harder to find. I don't know if I would put a whole lot of effort into installing those.
Okay, I didn't know.
You could.
They've been there for a while, I didn't know if they
They
would
are
work.
fairly new, so they can be worked on, but.
At the Lions
The new ones
Club.
are all servos. and
At the park. To have bathrooms available if we needed them.
The last time they were opened, they literally, like, it was, I mean, literally every other day, it was tons of crap was just shoved down the toilet.
And they had gravel and
They
rocks
had
and
drugs
grass.
in the back.
They didn't remodel.
I would be more apt to lock those up and just get some porta potties to set in the park and let them guys clean them
Well, I
weekly.
know the church is gonna bring porta potties for their event, so it would just be that. If you're gonna have an event at the park, you would have to provide the porta potties.
Here's my thing, when people come to the park and play, they're gonna take their kids for an hour. Like, I'm sorry, but
Most of them don't stay all day, no.
make sure that your kid potties before they come. Or I'm open, and I don't mind if mom brings the kid into the library and use my restroom. But, like, they get destroyed, like, constantly.
We're not opening those bathrooms.
I was just asking
We can get a contract with the porta potty and put one porta potty up there at the park and see how that goes for a couple months. And then we'll come, do the thing weekly or every other week, and clean it, spray it down. We can try that. But I know the first thing that's gonna happen, they're gonna go up there, they're gonna push it over, all this stuff, and then the first time they do that, they'll just,
It'd be gone.
it'll be gone, we'll take it out. We can try that. If you guys want to, that's up to you guys.
We can buy one for 500 and they can pump it out.
Yeah, but then we have to. No, we're gonna rent a porta potty for a little bit and see how it works. If you guys want to rent it.
I mean, that's something else we can talk about. But yeah, we do have those down there, so we'll probably need to just surplus those, I think, if we're not gonna use them. Yeah.
The what?
The toilet sink combo.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called, I'm sure they have a name, so.
Penal system.
Yeah. Penal system toilet.
That's what they're called. Yeah, they're all in one.
All right. Anything else? Nate? Last one.
We had 36 complete work orders, month of February, 2 main legs that occurred during February, resulting in 2 temporary sewer outages. The system water was at 17%. We did have 2 sewer backups on the homeowner. Our project's coming up, the Country Club Sewer Improvement Project. It is currently in the design and easement phase. The scope of the project is 860 feet of sewer, 4 manhole installations, and we're looking at late April to early May for construction. Installation of the UV system, the treatment plant will be April 1st, and then operational by then. The annual QC study will be completed at the treatment plant. And we'll see the results in April. February to DNR, we'll send to DNR, and then go back to samples.
Okay. I do want to say one thing about your country club project. That is going to require a street closure. There on so on Ellen, it's the gravel part of Ellen. There is a street that's blocked in there, so we will work around that to make sure the residents on Davis can get in and out. But that'll probably, those 2 months, part of that road will be closed at some point. So,
What months?
what he's got here, April and May,
And also we have a public hearing on Wednesday.
the 11th. And we're doing that at the PD, so. And that's primarily the homeowners that live over there that are affected by that, but that's open to the public, anybody that wants to come. Yeah.
Is that gonna be, like a trench?
Yeah, you have to dig the street up.
So it's not something they're gonna be able to move cones and go around or anything?
No.
Okay.
It'll be a full street closure.
Okay.
Barricades them. So, and we'll make sure we let the fire department, she let us know, we'll make sure she heard, she's on board, and the ambulance, we'll have to make sure they know. So, all right, anything for Nate? Questions, comments, concerns? No? All right, need a motion to go into closed.
I have a question for Katie. Have
In
you-
open, go ahead.
Have you talked to our insurance company at all about anything with that?
I have. I went back and forth with that claim rep, and there was a clause in the policy that the city did not adhere to the mitigating.
Timeline.
No, the mitigating procedures. I believe they were the pan, the spray stuff on the wall. I kind of got into maybe in the middle of that, and then once the city cashed that check that they sent, the $3,000, it was an acceptance.
Cash?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. But that was another policy, another thing. But we broke the contract when we didn't adhere to those mitigating procedures and the time on that.
So my question is on that, because I deal with insurance companies all the time. Are they gonna keep the city as a client?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So how can they say that? How can they not stay behind their customer, knowing that they didn't mitigate the way that they were supposed to for the particular water damage? Because now they know.
Because it saved them about $30,000.
Right, that's my point. I mean,
That's why they're happy to keep sitting on this.
But I think we're also limited in our insurance options
Yeah.
as a municipal.
And now this claim rep did not have the ability to discuss anything else with me about maintaining the policy or not. We were just trying to find a way to get more of this covered.
right, because I know in residential, if you have a mold issue due to water damage, worded properly, then they come in and inspect, they send inspectors, they want a full report, the whole kit and caboodle to make sure that all the criteria was met for the remediation of the mold. Well, with the city not performing that, I mean, can they cancel the policy due to not following that? You know what I'm saying?
I haven't read the policy, the insurance policy for the city, so I couldn't really give a good answer.
Okay. I was just saying, like in the future, I mean, obviously we're going to do another, we're going to take our premium and be happy, but then if something else was to come up, oh, you had this in the past, so we're going to drop you, not paying you.
I don't think so. I think it turns into a, we're not covering that. Move on.
Yeah.
Ray's done insurance.
I did insurance for 8.5 years. What they will probably do is at renewal, do a non-renewal because of existing damage.
Right.
And they have to give you 45 days ahead of time. So just.
When did we renew?
We just did.
Yeah, so it doesn't, they take it anyway, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Well, it's stuff that we gotta fix anyway, so it's not existing damage anymore, it's stuff that we repaired, so.
You know, so the underwriters will come in and they'll have to look at it and see if it'll pass, just like Chief was saying, if it'll pass their inspections and all of that.
So I guess we need to get our $3,500 check back, I guess, or whatever it was. I know, so, yeah, I guess we have to call them and get it back, so we at least have something to go down towards the floor.
Will they negotiate it all like
I am not there yet. I told him I was gonna call him back after our meeting today and discuss if there's anything else to discuss, so I'm still working.
So I know next year we need to look at somebody else.
Yeah. Well, and can they prove that the mold that we just prior to the water incident?
How could it? It's a brand new building.
Shut up, I'm trying to win the case here. Because a brand new building shouldn't leak either, and it did. But that mold may have been pre-existing before that rainstorm, in which case, it goes back on them.
Maybe, I am not an insurance lawyer.
She just knows the total. Well, thanks for looking at it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hopefully find a way to get as much money back on that as possible.
Yeah.
Looks like that's just not gonna happen.
And then there was some concerns about, it took a long time for them to get correspondence about their even being concerned about stuff.
Perfect.
But I'm supposed to call them later this week.
Make a motion to go into closed session.
Second.